The Chaos Vault, or the Chaos Vault as it's really fun to call it, dropped, and we have the latest or the only Chaos Vault, the fairest drop of all. And getting this in the mail prompted me to want to have a discussion about secret layers, because there's something I feel extremely strongly about. So I have some other layers here we're going to take a look at today, and I want to not only open the latest and only Chaos Vault drop, look at inside, find out what this secret card is, if there is one. I've done no research, but I also want to have a discussion on, in a world where we have to have secret layers, and we live in the space where Wizards of the Coast is going to do this, why I think the layers I'm going to show off today are the right way to go about secret layer. All right, stay tuned. Let's rip into this box. Welcome back, or to the channel. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. If you like what we're doing here, you have fun with the videos, make sure you click that sub button down below. Consider clicking the join button, because it helps everything we accomplish here at Hometown TCG, and it helps all the bills not come directly out of my pocket. So thank you so much, and I am just really excited for this. Now, I will be forthcoming. I bought this because MagicCon Chicago is coming up. I will be there, and I need a commander deck. So, without further ado, let's crack into this thing and talk about Secret Lair as a whole. And I want to mention that this is a video about the fact that secret layers do exist. I am not going to advocate should they exist, should they not exist in this video. In my opinion, that is kind of a waste of time. We live in a world where they do exist, and because of that, I wanted to talk about, the right way and wrong way to maybe go about doing a secret layer, because I think Wizards of the Coast have done both. But before we have that discussion, I do want to look at kind of the unboxing experience of this, and I gotta tell you, I'm not, you gotta ship cards safely and stuff. It's a bit underwhelming to be like, big secret layer envelope, oh my goodness, look at this thing, and then tiny little thank you, and then tiny little package of cards behind it. But this is the fairest drop of all drop that you see behind. Ooh, and it does look like there is a secret card. And I bought this because I think when I saw this come up, I was like, oh, I'm going to MagicCon Chicago. I need a commander. And I think, like, I just got my answer. I don't have a commander deck. I'm not a big commander player. My commander deck at MagicCon Chicago last year was stolen. I'm not kidding, my deck was stolen, so I have to build a new commander deck so I can play with some friends, have some fun at MagicCon, and this just looked like a wonderful time. And to kick things off, and I brought this out here, and I do want to say, we live in a funny world. We live in a funny world where these two cards next to each other on this table are part of the same game. Like, what... You could see both of these in a game of Commander. It's absolutely insane. So I did just want to disintegrate and say it just blows my mind. But we see here the invocation, and the big deal here is you have the name of the card on the front side. And come on, Einstein is taking control of the video, and we see I bought this not only for the Commander reason that I need one, but like this art is beautiful. Now, practically, having a card with the ability on the back of the card. Come on, focus. Focus, camera, thank you. Having the card with the ability and the mana cost on the back of the card to where this is the front of the card, and frankly, you'll never see this, is kind of a bummer. So I'm not going to break down, the art, the style of these cards, but the Chaos Vault itself was something that interests me because I haven't always loved the way that they do Secret Layer, especially recently as you see the Steely Resolve here. And again, kind of having the both sides of this card be, playable sides. We're here looking at maybe a textless version of Steely Resolve where you could choose to play the text full version if you don't know what it does. I gotta tell you, I'm going to play this version and then just keep the notes on my phone because it just looks so pretty. But the Chaos Vault is something that I do think is positive for Secret Layer as it has existed, at least in the last year. And this right here it will be my commander, was the main reason that I bought this layer, because there's no doubt, again, when you compare it's old and new, it's a beautiful piece of art. It's a beautiful card, and this is where Secret Layer truly does shine. And hold on, back here there's secret card. Shh. Secret card. There's the Sunlit, the legendary creature, and finally the poison tip archer, the elf archer with death touch. When it dies, each opponent loses one. Whenever another creature dies, each opponent loses 1 life. I mean, I know that there have been secret lairs with elves in there, with Golgari elves in there. I gotta tell you, as far as hidden cards go, that's a little underwhelming for me. I don't dislike it. I'm not the biggest fan. The sunlit here, I mean, it's just, these are beautiful cards. But I kind of kicked this video off saying, in my opinion, there are right and wrong ways to do secret lairs. And I love the idea, first and foremost, of the LGS exclusive secret lair. We have 2 here, the Legendary Flyers and the more borderless Planeswalkers. And the idea that, you know, secret lair exists as a place to get out there, have super fun treatments of cards, dig into different art styles, and also not affect the playability. You know, that's an important part here. Don't affect the playability of Magic. We're going to talk about that in bad ways to do secret lairs. Wizards, pay attention. But this here, the game store can offer its community something cool, something unique, something neat, and they can make a couple bucks on the lair without having to go online, buy it themselves, and resell it. I think these are a massive win. Plus, you get people, you know, cards in their hand that they can build commander decks around. Hey, it's the secret lair for our game store on Commander Night. I want to buy it so I can play it on our next Commander Night. There are little subculture, you know, niche things like that that I think are really fun. And I will always collect these because not only does it support my local game store, I buy all my stuff, you know, over at MinMax Games. When I buy stuff for me personally, I go to MinMax Games, that's where I play, and that's where I'll always, you know, choose to support. But I also think, like, just globally, from a game store perspective, this is the way secret lairs, you know, in these envelopes should be done. The other way that I'm a big fan of is the straight to order commander decks. I love the initialization of this product to give, you know, a creator at Wizards, to give an iconic person at Wizards the freedom to, you know, immortalize one of their commander decks in these sealed boxes. And the idea that you get a play experience as well as special treatments. And the special treatments are important here because commander is probably the best excuse to bling out cards, to show cool things off. And that's why decks like this shine in those moments. This is a wonderful, wonderful little product. Now, the price on some of these can get pricey. It is an entire deck. It does have special treatments. I'm not going to go prof and go card by card, here's the value, but I like the notion of this. I like the notion of things like the 20 Ways to Win, the initial coin flip deck, which is somewhere on the shelves and stuff behind me. I think these are great ways to do the secret lair. But in my opinion, there's a bad way to do secret lair, and that starts with anything that is secret lair exclusive, that is functionally unique. If you are going to have any kind of functionally unique lair, looking no further than The Walking Dead when it first dropped, and now the Marvel secret lair, which I know both are going to be reprinted eventually, that to me is the worst example of a secret lair. That is the worst way you can go about producing a product, because not only do you have to be super plugged into the Magic the Gathering community and know what you want and when these drops are dropping, but it really does kind of screw with people's emotions. You start seeing things at the commander table that you didn't have a chance to get. You're not willing to buy in the secondary market. You maybe had to spend way too much on. It ruins the vibes. And as a vibe check, I don't like functionally unique secret lairs. And the reason I was so excited about this, the fairest drop of all specifically, and you know, we'll sleeve up, even though I'm not a big fan, I'm sure there's a couple bucks here, we'll sleeve up this special card. The reason I was a big fan of this is because I think the other way to not do secret lairs in the best way is to put them out there and advertise them a ton. And that's why I don't want anything functionally unique in secret lairs. Nothing functionally unique. Get the cards in the hands of the players. If you want to chase down special treatments, go for it. But what I love about this drop specifically is it seems back to secret lair roots. It just kind of came out of nowhere and showed up on the website and showed up on their Twitter account. And for that reason, there wasn't a massive line. In fact, you can still go to the secret lair website right now and get this drop for, I think it's $24.99. And again, we're not doing a card by card price analysis. It's not my lane here, prof. I get it. It's not what I do. But I do believe that if you're going to have secret lairs, they should be like drops. They should be a surprise. They should be something that almost comes out of left field and out of nowhere, because you should be rewarded for being tuned in and chasing down special treatments that you like, provided they don't, again, mess with the playability of Magic. It's the most played TCG in the world, and that to me is what needs to remain the same. But the Chaos Vault is something I'm really excited for because I think it's back to Secret Lair's roots, right? It's what Secret Lair, in my opinion, does best. It's what it does better than almost anything else. And let me know what you think in the comment section below. Do you agree with that? And again, remember, we're having this conversation about a world where we must have secret lairs, right? Secret lairs do exist. So we're talking about secret lairs, and it's not an option to just be like, well, they shouldn't exist. I don't know. I think this was a lot of fun. I'm excited for this lair. I know I got a couple more. I had friends that weren't buying Magic, buying this lair. They didn't like it, sending them my way because I think it's beautiful. Let me know what you think of the lair, of all the thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you so much for hanging out. And in 2025, be ready for more content kind of like this because I've got a bunch of stuff that I'm doing. I have a massive Magic grading video that I'm doing. I spent way too much of a personal collection, just my personal money, my personal collection on buying things that I really think are cool. This is kind of some of what will be going into that order. And yes, we are going to be doing things as in a massive multi-$1,000 Pokemon graded experiment. That's right. There's a whole nother video coming about that. And finally, if you stuck around to the end, we're going to be doing something cool, something I think is pretty fun. We are going to be testing Rudy's grading company. That's right. We're gonna be sending some cards to the Rudy grading company for a couple different games, see what we get, see how the slabs feel, get the whole experience. We got tons of stuff planned for the channel. I'm excited. I hope you're excited. Thank you so much for hanging out. Remember, YouTube's got a video. You can't see my hands, but it's somewhere down there. Make sure you click it because the internet always knows best. And I appreciate you hanging out today. Until next time, you guys know me. My name is Josh, and we'll see you around. All right, goodbye.